there and saw all this, what do you make of it?
It's the moment when you just have to sort of let yourself sit back and go, this is pretty damn cool. This is like, you know, you don't get this often. This film might happen to me again. Premiere in Trafalgar Square, this is a one-off. You know, the whole series, not just the film, not just the end product of the film, but the way they were made, the atmosphere in which they were made is kind of unrepeatable. So it seems like a fitting event.
Yeah, I've seen you in real life.
When you see this, does it make you happy or sad this won't be ever happening again?
I don't think it's either of those. I mean, it's incredibly happy, and I just think you have to sort of. Oh, very good. I've seen Simon says one down, Potter. Very good. You just have to let yourself kind of revel in it and just enjoy it while it lasts, because it won't happen again, and it is the last one. And yeah, so there is a bit of sadness, but generally speaking, it's a day to be elated.
Did you get to keep the glasses?
Yes.
I had 2 pairs.
The one with last.
I had 1 pair from the very first film, and then 1 from the last. So I've got my fair share of swag.
Ever try them on when you're obviously not on set?
Not yet, but I'm sure when I'm having a nostalgic, teary moment in 10 years' time, I'll try and put the ones from when I was 10 on and cry to myself in the mirror.
And now, I was talking to David Yates earlier, and he says his favourite scene is, it's crazy, isn't it? His favourite scene is walking through the forest in the final film. Is that yours, or do you have another favourite?
No, it's one of my favourites, partly because it was so, I built that scene up in my head so much, and I was so frustrated in trying to get it right that I was not worried about that scene, because there's a huge amount of onus placed on the book. But in terms of how it's turned out, it is one of the ones that I'm proudest of. I mean, it's like, I very rarely look at anything I do on screen and go, that's good. But in that scene, I was like, yes, at last you've done something half decent. It's not raining, it's beautiful, everyone's screaming and happy. I will never get this again, you know, it's to be appreciated.
Now some of the cast there haven't seen the film, but I know you have. How would you rate this film in terms of the series? Where does it sit for you?
It's just, I cannot emphasize enough how far ahead this film is of any of the others. It is amazing. I mean, I am so... The way we have gone out in this film is just, we could not have made a better version of this film. It's staggeringly good, and I'm a half critic of these films, but I just think I think people are going to go crazy for it.
Rupert and Emma as your characters, Harry, Ron and Hermione, the holy trinity of the Potter movies. Are you going to miss working alongside them?
Of course, you know, when you spend 10 years working with 2 people, I mean, 2 very, very special people, you know, of course you're gonna, you know, it's gonna be a very, very strange thing, but I think we always know that the tie that binds us is this series, which, you know, nobody knows what it's like to go through this mad, crazy, surreal, wonderful, inspirational 10 years like we do, and so I think that will always connect us.
And in terms of the big connection between you and Voldemort in this movie, I mean, there are some powerful scenes. I think you're fantastic in this film, but there are some really powerful scenes that you have to deliver. How did you prepare yourself for that?
A lot of Radiohead and a lot of kind of Hope of the States and some songs, like there's one song, Enemy's Friends, and Made Vader Superbest, I don't know how you say that, but I hope to say, that I've always gone back to over the years, and they are kind of, yeah, I mean, I keep going back to them to find Harry, and it's, music always really helps me get into the kind of right frame of mind, but also when you're acting opposite Ray Fiennes, there's not a huge amount of acting required, because he kind of is pretty terrifying. Yeah.
And your fondest memory, I mean, because we're here and it's 10 years you've been doing this. Is there one moment that stands out? Was it the first, the last? A lot of people have been saying how emotional the final scenes they shot were.
I mean, the final scenes were incredibly emotional, and it's very, very sad. But I think if there's